You may have seen that when you embed your YouTube video on a web page, you may go over here and you can actually click the share option, go to embed, and it actually gives you some code to copy and paste. If you look at it, it's simply an HTML element with an iframe. iFrame is the name of the element. So if you copy this and you come to your code, I have some simple HTML, I paste it in, save, refresh, you see that video appears. It's simply an HTML element called iframe. Some options that it has, some attributes it has, width, height, the source where this information is coming from, some border information, and some other attributes as well. Now, you can actually use the same iframe to actually embed other web pages. In real sense, this URL is simply a web page, right? So if I copy this and paste it over here, it's simply going to a web page with just the video over here, you see? All right. So similarly, I can embed another web page. So I'm going to remove this and simply say iframe, and I can provide a URL over here. So over here, I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. And over here, I'm going to say, let's say HTTP / wikipedia.org. Save, and now I'm going to refresh. And you see the Wikipedia website is actually embedded on my web page. So if I want to make this a little bit bigger, I can say width is going to be, let's say, 500 pixel, and height is the same. Save, refresh, and you see it's bigger a little bit. Now it seems like that I'm on wikipedia.com, but actually I'm just on a web page with this iframe, which actually goes to wikipedia.com, gets whatever information it gets, and puts it inside this particular frame called the iframe. I can have certain borders, so the border is currently 0. I can just say 1, and you see it has certain borders over here. Now let's say if I want to embed google.com. Let's see what happens. Google.com, remove this and save, refresh, and nothing shows. I don't know why. So let's right click and inspect element, and let's see what happened. I'm going to go to console. You see this red mark over here. It says it's an error. And if you read, it says refuse to display google.com in a frame because it's set X frame option to same origin. Now, basically, without going into a lot of detail, this is a lot of advanced concepts of JavaScript and how the browser works. Basically, it's saying that google.com has said no, that no, we are not going to send our URL as an iframe. We're not allowing that unless the requesting website is the same origin, meaning the requesting website has to be google.com only. So basically, it's basically saying that only internal properties of Google can actually use google.com as an iframe. So a lot of websites will deny giving you that URL as an iframe. So if I just go to Yahoo, let's say, it's going to deny me that as well. So refresh and said the same error. Basically, that's a security concern because a lot of people can say, hey, you're on google.com, click over here, here and there, and they may be hacking your information. So these are just prevention mechanisms that a lot of bigger websites have. But for a thing like embedding YouTube videos, this is a perfect strategy. So that's pretty much it that I want to share with you. Actually, I'm going to share with you one more thing. So if I go to a particular URL that I've opened, the iframe documentation on Mozilla, you see over here they have an example for OpenStreet. So basically some kind of map. So just by embedding this particular URL, you can actually see this web page, which is kind of embedded in over here, and you can see the map. And all this information is coming from that website, OpenStreetMap website. You're simply embedding that information over here. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to talk to you in the next, where we're going to learn more.